Morning recess. We prior to going on recess, we adopted the House Bill 23-7 Senate Substitute 1, which is the tax on vape or ends, or otherwise known as a vape and vape products and accessories. Up next for discussion, we have House Bill 23-74 HD1. Discussion, members, before we entertain any motions. All right, ready? Any would anyone member like to propose any motion? I recognize the vice chair.
Thank you, Chairman. I respectfully, I would like to offer a motion to substitute the HB 2374 HD1 to amend the threshold from 250 to 250,000 K to $350,000. Also, I just wanted to would like to let the record reflect that there will be no double taxation imposed on the construction tax. The 3% tax will be solely on the general contractor and not passed on to the subcontractors. Additionally, there will be no impact on residential constructions at all. And the substitute will also earmark 2% or $300,000, whichever is lesser, to Department of Revenue and Tax. So moved.
All right, there was a motion made and it was seconded. Further discussion. So before we act on the motion, just to further expound on the vice chair's motion, the committee conducted public hearings on all three islands. We've heard the concerns raised by comments that were made during these hearings. We've also addressed, and it seems like the vice chair, through her substitute, addresses a lot of the concerns that revolves around the double taxation part of the 3% tax that was in the original bill. But in working with Rev and Tax, we've identified a workaround so that this will only be taxed one time to the general contractor and not be passed along to subcontractors. And in seeing as how the Rev and Tax is spread thin in tax collections and going after 8 companies that owe taxes, I think I support the idea that there's a portion of these taxes that will be earmarked to Rev and Tax to ensure that proper filing of these taxes based on the project amounts are being met, as well as ensuring that subcontractors are not affected in any way. As we know, subcontractors are usually the smaller businesses that provide additional services to the general contractors, and so we don't want to further affect the small businesses that are assisting the general contractors in these larger projects. And so that addresses some of the concerns. And I know that the original bill proposed 250,000, but thank you to the vice chair and Senator Bavalta for the discussions on increasing the threshold to 350,000, and with the understanding that this would largely impact the first and senatorial district if we kept it at the proposed threshold. And so I appreciate the amendments made to that. And so that's all I had in regards to the substitute. If there's nothing else from the members, in regards to the substitute, all in favor of adopting the substitute, say aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Now we're back to the main motion. Any discussion on the bill? If there's none, can I get a motion for the adoption of House Bill 2374 HD1 SS1? All right, motion was made and seconded. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. We now move on to the next item on the agenda. Any other announcements or miscellaneous? Looks like there's none. I know I did announce in the Senate session earlier, right before this meeting, that we will begin our budget deliberations next week. And so once the notice is published, please, to the general public, feel free to join in, and we'll be discussing how we're going to allocate the budget, as well as approve the ceiling for the government revenue, the projected revenue. All right. Can I get a short recess? We are not back from recess. Before we adjourn, any objection to going back to new business?
No objection.
All right, no objection. At this time, I recognize Senator Babato.
Thank you, Chairman Manglonia. I have a point of clarification on Section 105, enforcement. It reads 2% or 300,000, whichever is less, of the taxes collected pursuant to this chapter shall be earmarked annually to the Division of Revenue and Taxation for the implementation and enforcement of this chapter. I would like to ask if this is subject to fiscal year limitations. And if so, I believe our discussions were, when deliberating and marking up this bill, that it is understood that it would not be subject to fiscal year limitations, meaning the Division of Revenue and Taxation can continually use whatever has lapsed in the fiscal year, and it rolls over to the new fiscal year.
Thank you, Senator Babato. As with all earmarks, it's without fiscal year limitation. However, needs to be appropriated on a yearly basis, like how we have all other earmarks. And so whatever funds they collect they plan to collect shall still be appropriated, and it will be included as another item on the list that we have on our concurrent resolution, as well as the budget bill.
Thank you, so clarified.
But just to further clarify, the council will include that language in the budget bill.
Thank
thank
you,
you.
so clarified.
All right. Any other under miscellaneous?
Ready.
If none, can I get a motion for adjournment?
So moved, Chair.
All right. Motion was made. Seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Meeting is hereby adjourned at 2:14 p.m.
Thank you.